So now that we have everything written out for our TRX index, we want to create our index.html.urb in our TRX orders view. But prior to doing that, just wanted to point out a couple of little bugs. And you could debug it on your own, but I could tell you it right now and you could just really fix it to not freak out. So the first thing I want to show you is that on line 13, this current org person ID, we needed a little comma here because it'll complain otherwise. And we have an extra bracket here on line 22, so we could get rid of that. The bracket here takes care of the card create. And the next thing I want to do is on line 108, it will complain in the else statement on line 128 if we actually don't define C outside of this if statement. So we just want to define it there on 108, and that's all the changes I really wanted you to make. Now let's head over to our index.html.erb, and you can see that I've already started out with the div that we have in literally every kind of index view that we have already written up. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to write up a div, and let's just, we don't need that. It's going to have class of call md9 and call md offset2 and main. Now because we have defined a lot of other things in our index like cart, we could use that over here. So if cart is nil, then what we're going to do is we're going to say that there are no items in our cart to check out. Else, we're going to do something else. Let's just put our end there just for completeness sakes. Now we're going to have a UL, and it's going to have a class of catalog, and inside this UL we're going to open up a couple of list items. Now we're going to open up some divs, and the first div is going to have a class of row. Now inside this div we're going to have an h4. We're going to open up h4, and it's going to have the ID of prod info, and it's going to have inside it order details. And then we're going to do the same thing. We have h4. It's going to have class of call md3, and it's not going to have prod info, but it's going to have call md push 1. And this one will have quantity. And we're going to duplicate this 2 more times, with this being tax and this being total. Now that's all we want to do in this list item. The next thing we want to do is we want to loop through our cart. So we're going to do an at cart.each do product. And let's just end it with an end. Now for each cart item, we're going to open up li, and it's going to have a div inside it. It's going to have a class of row. Now inside this div class row, we're going to have another div class, and it's going to have column d3 and ID of co-prod info. And from then on, we're just going to spit out everything about that product. For example, the product name, and we're going to spit out the product price to a precision of 2. We're going to spit out the grocer, and if the weight in grams does not equal 0, we're going to spit that out as well. So this is all stuff that you have already seen and handled before. So they are nothing new. So if the product is about to expire, and we're defined that by being less than 60 days, then we're going to show that as well. We're also going to show the mode of transport, which is defined in our delivery method. And that's the end of that div. And I know that we have not talked about the delivery method yet, so we will get to that, so just hold on and we will talk about it at some point later on in the series. The next thing I want to do is I want to open up another div. And this div will have a class of callMD3, callMDPush1. And here we will spit out our quantity. And after that, we're going to open up another div. And it's going to have the exact same thing. callMD3, callPush1. And in this case, we're going to do a if product tax amount is nil. If it's nil, then we just want to spit out 0. Else, what we want to do is we're going to spit out a span with ID of co-quantity, do a number with precision product price times product quantity times the tax amount over 100 to a precision of 2. And that will calculate for us the price or the tax amount. So that's pretty much it for this this div. So let's move out of our unordered list now, and let's open up another div. So a lot of divs in this view. It's going to take the class of row, and we're going to give it heading 5. That heading 5 is going to be subtotal. And since we already calculated our subtotal, we're just going to spit that out. So we're going to do span class callMD4, callMDPush6. We're going to use our currency symbol that we've defined here, and we're going to use the subtotal that we've also defined there. And it's going to have a precision of 2 to show the cents as well. And again, we're going to do the same thing. Open up another div, have another class of row, and it's going to have the same heading 5, but instead of subtotal, it's going to show total tax, and we're going to use the total tax that we've defined in our controller. And then again, we're going to have another div class row with heading 5 of meal chef order request fee, and this is defined by the fee in our TRX orders index. And after that, we're going to have another div class row, which is the last one, and this will be the total, which is the total of subtotal plus fee plus total tax to a precision of 2. And to finish this off, we're going to have another row by 4, and this code is a script code. So we're gonna open up a form tag, and this will give us a button, a stripe button that the user can click for them to edit their credit card information. So this script source tag is something that you find from Stripe. So I'm just going to pause the video now and find that page. So if you go to Stripe and if you go to stripe.com docs checkout and we look under here, this is the exact same code that we're using pretty much. So I took this and I modified it to our own purposes. You can see that I'm using our own variables here, and the data description is cards total, but the form is exactly the same. So when they submit the form, they'll go to TRX order Stripe path. So that's, for them, their path is charge, but for us, it's going to be a post. But we're using TRX order Stripe path, which we're going to find here. So we're just going to find that right here, TRX order Stripe. That's the TRX order Stripe path that we're going to use. Save that in the routes. Hop back over to our index.html, and that's pretty much it for our view. A good 83 lines. Let's hop back over to Project Meal, and let's go and try to purchase something. So let's do chicken. Let's see what comes up. Enter a quantity. Let's enter 4. Go to our shopping cart. Proceed to checkout. And because our user, you can see how it works. Because our user does not have a Stripe, if we go back here and we check our Stripe vendor charges, our user right now does not have Stripe user ID. We're not connected to a bank. So let's just do that in the next video. But you can see how our page is looking now. We have our subtotal, our total tax, our order request fee, which is not MealShelf. That was the project that I was using, but it is Project Meal. So let's just find that here. Name it Project Meal. And you can see that there's this pay with card. If we click pay with card, Stripe checkout can't communicate with our payment yet because we don't have the API key. So you can see that there's a Stripe publishable key that you also have to find. So if you go to Stripe API keys, then let's go to Stripe managing account. So here are some information on the API keys and how to activate it. So I'll just let you read through that and get it set up yourself. And you can put your Stripe API key over in your application.yaml. So let's just go here and put that in first. So what you'll have is actually you have a Stripe secret key. And this, you'll just paste your Stripe secret key here. You'll also have a Stripe publishable key. So again, I want you to paste your Stripe publishable key here. And you'll also have a Stripe client ID. And again, I want you to paste your client ID here, or client ID here. And that is pretty much all I want to go through for today. Of course, you're going to have to copy this over to your production as well. So we'll just do that for you here. Other than that, that's all I wanted to show you for today. We've created the view successfully. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Read through this managing your account to get your API keys. You can read through checkout to see how it works, how Stripe works. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to put them in the comment box and I'll try to clarify any confusion you have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.